Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.9022 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.08%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot structures, the Fibonacci's, the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that we have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high has been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark. And having done so, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement. And very soon we are going to see a very nice bounce to the upper side, obeying this Elliott wave structure in the next bull market, taking us to an all-time high in the formation of that fifth wave to the upper side. And before that plays out, we first need to see that first wave to the upper side, and I believe that is what is playing out here on the Polygon Matic chart. And if I jump to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this Elliott wave structure in yellow, which is a fractal wave within that first wave to the upper side, where I believe right now we're in the formation of that fifth wave to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliott wave structure, so that it can also give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out over here. After making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, making our high for that first wave. And after making the high for that wave 1, we saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2. And after making the low for that second wave, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3, making our high at around the $1.05 mark. And after making the high for that wave 3, I expected a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a fourth wave. And because a fourth wave is a retracement of the third wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that second wave down there to the high of that wave 3 to give us a minimum retracement area in the formation of a fourth wave between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618. And I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, which perfectly lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.66 mark. And you can see Polygon Matic has retraced into that target area in the formation of a fourth wave in this movement right here, making our low at around the $0.69 mark. And because a fourth wave is a corrective wave, I also expected to see an ABC corrective movement play out over here, and we have such a structure having this as the wave A. Then we've been making a high at around the $0.94 mark. Then we continued pushing low in the formation of a wave C, making our low at around the $0.69 mark, which perfectly lies within this target area that I have drawn out over here. And having made that low for that fourth wave, I believe this movement that we are seeing right here is the formation of a fifth wave to the upper side. And since a fifth wave to the upper side is an impulsive wave, I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that fifth wave to the upper side. And before I get to the key scenarios that I expect to play out basing it on the Elliott wave structures, it's good that I show you the key chart patterns that we have information on this chart. And right here in the formation of this fourth wave, we have this channel, which is a descending channel, and Polygon Matic managed to break out of this channel to the upper side in this movement right here, after finding support at around the $0.78 mark. And after breaking out of the channel to the upper side, we even saw a retest of the upper side of the channel. Then we continued pushing higher, getting to the key area of resistance at around the $0.96 mark, $95 mark, and we made our high at around the $0.96 mark. And after making that high, we are seeing a bit of a pullback in this movement right here. And drawing out another key chart pattern that is in formation right here, we also have another channel which has been well respected, and this is the other channel, which is an ascending channel. And you can see we managed to break out of the channel to the upper side. We even saw a retest of the upper side of the channel, and after the retest was in, we continued pushing even higher. The other key chart pattern that we have information right here is a double top, and if I draw it out, you can see we had this movement to the upper side, pushing even higher, getting to around the $0.95 mark. We made our high at around the $0.96 mark, then saw a bit of a retracement to the lower side, then tried to continue pushing higher back to that key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark. And right now we are seeing another pullback in this movement right here, and this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the tops and the neckline. So using a trend line over here, we can get that height and then place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.839 mark. And that also supports my movements to my key scenarios that I expect to play out basing it on the Elliot wave structures. And getting to the key scenarios that I expect to play out basing on the Elliot wave structures, after making our low down here, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, having this as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, making our high at around the $0.96 mark. Then I'm expecting a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, then continue pushing high in the formation of a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave structure right here, so that we can get the key scenarios that I expect to play out. After making our high for that first wave, we saw a very nice retracement over here in the formation of a wave 2, and after making the low for that second wave, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave. And using the Fibonacci's, that is the trend based Fibonacci, we can sketch out a target area to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 by connecting the fibs from the low of that wave 1 to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of that second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3 at around the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.994 mark. And from the high that you have over here at around the $0.96 mark, you can see we have a 0.3 difference from the target area based on the Fibonacci's and the high that we have currently, and that means there's a high chance that the high was in at around the $0.96 mark. And whatever we are seeing right now is the formation of a fourth wave to the lower side, and using the Fibonacci's, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, connecting the fibs from the low of that second wave to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.5. I won't extend my target area to the fib level 0.618 because that movement to the fib level 0.618 will be invalidating this Elliot wave structure, and that is because in case a wave 4 over here retraces into the high of this first wave, then that will be invalidating my Elliot wave structure, and I need to also have invalidation points over here, and that is at the high of that first wave at around the $0.83 mark. So in case we get to around the $0.83 mark in that retracement to the lower side, then I'll have to view this movement to the upper side as something else. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and also wait to see whether we are going to see a breakout out of that double top that I have drawn out on this chart. Also giving you a target area to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. I can use the Fibonacci's, the trend based Fibonacci once more, connecting it from the low of that first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.251 mark. So that is the minimum that I would expect that first wave to the upper side to do. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. Here on the RSI we are trading at around the 42 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side. Also any movements to the lower side will still be supported, and the breakout out of that double top will still be supported on the RSI. On the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that means lower prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.